Well, as you know, the candidates are hot on the campaign trail here in Florida ahead of tomorrow's primary. It's considered a make or break state. Every recent poll does show Donald Trump leading over South Florida Senator Marco Rubio. Senator Rubio is our guest today before he heads to a meet and greet in San Marco, a meet and greet that's growing in numbers.
Yeah.
In fact, they've just moved it to a larger location.
Good.
You know, I know you're happy about that. You know, the first thing I want to talk to you about is on Friday, we had a poll here on this show. We asked voters, you know, have you made your decision about who you're going to vote for? 90% of them said that they had. But I know today is all about you getting out there and hoping to change people's minds and coming up in those polls. What do you want to say to people about why they should vote for you?
Well, first of all, 10% of people being undecided in a presidential race is a big number. I mean, that is a big, big number. So obviously that's what we're focused on, and we want to influence as many people as we can to come in our direction. So that's what this campaign is about over the last day, is to ensure that not only do our supporters get out and vote, but that we get the people who are still trying to make up their minds to decide in our direction. And look, I give us the best chance to win, and this ultimately as Republicans is what we want. We want to be able to win in November, and I'm as conservative as anyone in this race, which is what our party is about. But I'm a conservative that can win. I can grow this party, and I think that's an important part of the analysis that undecided voters are making.
I know going into tomorrow, the polls did have you down. Do you have a plan if you don't win your home state of Florida? Well,
look, I mean, it's important to win. It's not just because it's my home state. Florida has 99 delegates. It's going to award all these delegates at one time, and that's going to be a huge boost to whoever gets them. So if it's our campaign, it's going to propel us into Utah, which is one of the next states up. That's where we're going to be Wednesday morning. So it would be big for us to win here, and it would be important to do so. I think it changes the whole contours of the race. It would be one of the key turning points in the race. It always comes down to Florida. It's such an important state, both in a primary and in a general election. And so for us, you know, it's about getting as many of our people out there to vote as possible.
If it doesn't happen for you, will you drop out of the race?
We haven't talked about doing that at all. On the contrary, I'm scheduled to be in Utah on Wednesday. I'll be leaving tomorrow night as soon as we're done with our event, straight to Utah. We'll continue our campaign there. This is a very unusual election cycle. That's taken a lot of twists and turns, but we fully anticipate winning Florida. These polls are crazy. They are way off, and I can't wait to prove that tomorrow.
All right, it'll be interesting to see. You know, Americans, when we talk to people in our community, in the Jacksonville community, the economy is really first and foremost for them. They say it's their #1 issue. How do you plan to grow the economy?
Well, actually government doesn't grow the economy. The private sector does. The job of those of us in public office is to pursue policies that allow the economy to grow. So that means tax reform, and I've outlined that on our website, marcorubio.com, rolling back federal regulations, balancing our budgets, saving Social Security and Medicare, fully utilizing all of our energy resources, and repealing and replacing Obamacare. If we do that, and we couple it with more vocational training at the local level, we are going to have, and making it cheaper to go to college, by the way, which I'm the only candidate that talks about on the Republican side. If we do that, we're going to have real economic growth again. This 21st century economy is tailor-made for America, but we have to make the right choices at the government level to give the private sector a chance to succeed.
Senator Rubio, we put on Facebook to tell people they could send in some questions, and we had a lot of responses, so I'm gonna give you some of these questions now. Victoria wants to know how you would help get health insurance premiums down. She has a family of 4. Her costs have skyrocketed, and she says her husband works for a large corporation.
And they're going to continue to skyrocket as long as the Obamacare is in place. The losses these insurance companies are experiencing in their Obamacare plans are being passed on to the consumer in the commercial plan. So the way to do it is repeal Obamacare, replace it with my health care plan that I've put up on our website, marcorubio.com. And it's a health care plan that puts you in charge of your own health care decisions. In essence, you will now be able to take your own money through a refundable tax credit or money your employer gives you for health care, and you will be able to use it to fund your health care any way you want. It sounds like for a family of 4, she would be allowed to buy health insurance from any company in America that will sell her a plan of the kind they want. They would be able to pick and choose what kind of insurance do we want from any company. The competition that would create would not just give you more choices, it would give you more quality, and it would lower prices.
This was very interesting to me, this next question. It's from Tom. Tom is in his 30s. He writes that while he is fiscally conservative and he wants lower taxes, he is open-minded to views on gay marriage, abortion, etc. He says he doesn't feel like either party truly represents his generation. How do you feel about that? I've talked to a lot of people that say the exact same thing.
Well, look, these are social issues people have strong opinions on. I'll tell you mine. I mean, for me, the issue of abortion is pro-life. It's not a political issue. It's a human rights issue for me. I believe all human life is worthy of the protection of our laws. I understand it's a hard issue. When you apply that to a real life circumstance, it's difficult. But I have to choose between two competing rights. The right of a woman to choose what to do with her body is in conflict with the right of an unborn child to live. And I've chosen to err on the side of life. On the issue of marriage, that's always been defined by states. I believe that marriage is between one man and one woman. If someone disagrees with me, they should go to the state legislature and try to get them to change the law. I won't agree with them, but that's what they should try to do. You shouldn't do it through the Supreme Court. That's not the role of the federal government. We have injected the federal government into roles it does not belong in and on issues it has no jurisdiction over, and that's why it's leading to some of this debate in this country that we now have.
We have time for one more question, and I want to talk a little bit about some comments that you made yesterday regarding Trump, and he was discussing telling supporters that it would be okay to assault protesters. I know you felt very strongly about this. A lot of other candidates felt very strongly about this. You've also called him, a con man and had some strong language for him. If he does become the nominee, do you really feel like you can support him?
It's getting harder every day. His language is vulgar, but it's also now dangerous. I mean, he is basically saying to people at his rallies, go ahead and punch a guy in the face because I'm going to pay your legal fees. There are unstable people out there. This eventually is going to get beyond just punching people in the face. We cannot have a country where everybody hates each other. Let's have a passionate debate about taxes, regulations, Obamacare. Let's have a knockout, drag-out elections. But we cannot have candidates for president inciting violence and taking advantage of people's anger and frustration. Real leadership acknowledges that anger, acknowledges that frustration, but also says, here's how we're going to fix it, and here's how great our country's going to be when we do. What he's doing is irresponsible, it's reckless, and people supporting him are going to be regretting their support for a long time. This is not going to end well for him, for America, for our party, for our country.
All right, that's Marco Rubio. The senator's on his way to San Marcos Square, right now. He has a meet and greet there. That's going to be at 10 a.m. this morning. You can still register online, even though it's just a few minutes away. We have posted a link on news4jax.com, so you can do that. You could do it from your smartphone if you needed to. And again, that's going to be taking place in just a few moments at 10 a.m.